want to recognize the many contributions that Tom has made. Just about every one of you has known Tom in one capacity or another, when he was first here as a dad, helping his sons through scouting, and then being a part of our troop consistently, conscientiously, deliberately throughout all that period of time. Tom still is here, meeting after meeting, helping us take care of our finances. Tom, I said there are many people who would like to express their appreciation to you, and so I'd like to introduce some of those people and ask them if they'd please stand. First of all, Rob Robertson. If you come up here, please. Rob's been associated with the troop from the time that he was a scout. And when he was a scout, he knew Tom Madden as Mr. Madden.
I still know him as Mr. Madden.
Rob, if you would.
Mr. Madden, I wanted to say thank you on behalf of all of us kids that were in the troop a long time ago. I was in the troop with Sean and Chris and your sons, and yes, we still talk about the fateful canoe trip. And Tom, of course, has to riddle me about the canoe trip too. He's already given me a jar of apple butter. Long story, all of our food got destroyed except for apple butter and bread. The apple butter was Sean Madden's idea, and so that's all we ate for a week. But still, so the apple butter's still a running joke even today. And the fact of it is, you know, Tom wears a lone scout patch. That when he was a scout, he was a lone scout. Didn't have a troop like this. And some of that dedication really shows that even now, 40 years later, he's still active in the troop, still involved with the troop, and I hope you stick around just a bit longer. Thank you.
Tom, one of the scouts that you helped through the years, among the many that succeeded to move on to become Eagle Scouts, is Jed Bullock. Jed, if you'd come forward, please.
Good afternoon, Scouts, families. As Committee Chairman Albanese mentioned, my name is Jed Bullock, and I arrived in the 17th year of the troop's history, and I'm an alumnus of this school and parish, like many of you here today. And so Mr. Tom Madden, he's always appropriately been in the shadow of the troop, not necessarily the face of the troop, but he's that load-bearing beam that has brought continuity. And how appropriate on this occasion of the 40th anniversary of the troop's chartering that we recognize him for his presence in all of our lives through scouting, and what that means for all those that have experienced the scout oath, loyalty, and slogan that we uphold. For his contributions, which are those in the backdrop when I was a scout, of all the elements that are part of the scouting program in the troop, the life of the troop, the finances may be the furthest thing we were removed from, but they were the most critical part that has kept the sum of it all together through all these 40 years. But most of all, we remember Mr. Madden for the example, for the commitment, the enduring commitment. It's easy to walk away when our time has come done. Not necessarily from scouting, because we know we are called to uphold that through the rest of our lives, but through the presence and contribution part in the troop. And so after Christopher, Sean, and Andrew, Mr. and Mrs. Madden are a part of the troop and part of the family that's kept it going. In any organization, we know that it's best to keep the books together, because that's the integral part. If the finances aren't there, none of all of the other elements of the camping programs, the merit badges, the rank advancements that we heard from today, the uniforms, the permitting fees, all of that is taken care of behind the scenes by Mr. Madden and made all of our opportunities possible. So it's the example of giving back and continuing, not walking away, but making that commitment to continue to serve and give back to the community, to the troop, that stands foremost in our minds. So on behalf of decade number 2 of Tom Madden's service, which we know is reflective of the beginning and the 3rd decade, I want to say thank you, Mr. Madden, on behalf of all of the active scouts that were my fellow scouts, that you made all of our activities possible. So thank you again.
I know that the scouts don't remember, but some of the parents may remember, this is your life. Well, this is your life, Tom Madden, in scouting. I was part of the troop